What's up, Wolfpack fam? It's your boy Kid back at it again. Hope you're doing well. Continue our journey with Dads, Army, Manor, and Wilson, Walker, and the rest of the crew. You know what to do. Just hang on tight here, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It is absolutely free to do. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Shout out to the Patreons as well. And ladies and gentlemen, before you start this journey, remember that snacks is not included. Damn it, bring your own. Let's get it. Snacks not included. Let's freaking go, ladies and gents.
Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
There is a lady sweet and kind, was never face so pleased my mind. I did but see her passing by, yet will I love her till I die. Her gestures, motions, and
I think that'll be enough of that, Pike, thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Manring.
We'll learn as you grow older that a bank manager's office is no place for singing.
Sorry, Mr. Manring.
Morning, Frank. Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning, Wilson.
It's good news about the Home Guard dance, isn't it, sir?
Oh, well, all work and no play, you know, Pike. Besides, it gives our wives and sweethearts a feeling that they're part of the grand effort. Makes them feel that we're all pulling in the same direction.
Does that mean we can bring a friend, sir?
Oh, yes, of course. Who did you have in mind? One of your old Boy Scout friends?
No, sir. Oh, I was going to bring a girl.
A girl?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I suppose that's what dances are for, really, yes. Discuss it with Corporal Jones. He's in charge of the invitations.
Yes, sir. I'll bring you coffee in a minute, sir.
Thank you.
There is a lady.
Pike.
Sorry.
Hey, man, let him
I'm not
live.
at all satisfied with that boy's work recently, you know. Never seems to stop humming.
Well, I think he's just letting his thoughts dwell on his private life, sir.
Oh, don't be absurd, Wilson. He hasn't got a private life. Mere boy.
Well, he's going on 19, and he's walking out with an axe.
With a what?
An ATS girl.
Good heavens. You should put a stop to that at once. We never know where these girls come from.
She's a local girl, actually, and she's on leave, and her name is Violet Gibbons.
I know that girl.
Oh, yeah?
Her mother used to clean for us twice a week. Obliging, as she used to call it.
Yes, well... now her daughter's obliging Frank.
My
Wait
man.
a minute. Hadn't that girl used to work in a fish and chip shop?
Yes, that's right. That's the answer, yes.
Oh, no. Wrong sort of background altogether. The bank doesn't like that sort of thing, you know.
Well, what sort of thing?
You know perfectly well what sort of thing. The wrong girl could ruin that boy's entire career in the bank. What does his mother say?
Well, she doesn't know.
Well, you'd better have a word with him.
Well, why me?
Well, the boy hasn't got a father. You've been friendly with his mother for years. I should think you're the next best thing.
Just because I happen to know Mrs. Pike quite well doesn't mean that I've got to act as a Dutch uncle to Frank.
You worry me sometimes, you know, Wilson. You'd do anything rather than face up to your responsibilities. You've never really grown up, have you? You're not a middle-aged chief clerk at all. You're a sort of Peter Pan. I don't know how you expect ever to get your own branch.
Well, be that as it may, Frank Pike is not my responsibility.
And I'm sure a lot of people will be very pleased to hear that.
What do you mean by that?
Wow.
Well, it's no business of mine. But this is a very small town, Wilson. Tongues wag. People put two and two together, you know. You and Mrs. Pike arrived here about the same time, both from Weston Supermare. You look at that boy in certain lights, you know, there is a resemblance, the same hairline. He has certain characteristics, like pulling the lobe of his ear.
The whole idea is outrageous. I mean to say, Mavis would have mentioned it.
No, I'm sure it's just idle gossip, but I think a word from you would come best.
All right, so then I'll have a chat to him.
Good. By the way, don't make any appointments for me after 3 o'clock this afternoon. I have a meeting in the church hall with the dance committee.
All right, right.
A lovely day tomorrow.
Now, as this dance is in the nature of a recreation, I thought it better if we were to meet in this friendly and relaxed way rather than a more formal atmosphere. Yeah, pay attention, Walker. Don't lean on the desk. Now, I thought it best, and please correct me if you think I'm wrong, that we should each be responsible for one aspect of Operation Dance.
Mr. Manring,
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, on behalf of the men present, it's a very nice idea.
Thank you very much, Jones. Now, what, I ask myself, are the essential ingredients? What do we need for a successful dance?
A floor.
I'm not actually asking for suggestions at this stage, Walker. As I see it, there are three things. Music to dance to, food for the inner man, and drink for conviviality.
There's another thing we need, sir.
What is that?
Women.
Yeah,
I think
buddy.
we can take that for granted.
What about the booze, though, sir? I mean, that's very difficult, you know what I mean? It's almost impossible.
Aye, but you can get it for us, can't you, Joe?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, I've got contacts.
Yes, well, in this case, I don't think we need to trouble you, Walker. The secretary of the golf club has agreed to stand by us in the matter of drink.
Sucks to you, Joe.
Yeah. Where do you think the golf club get it from?
All right. Now it comes to the question of food.
If it's any help, I'm rather good at making maids of honor.
Blimey, that's a relief all round.
What's that, guys?
Actually, no, they're little buns with some icing on the top of them.
Yes, I'm sure they'll be most welcome, Godfrey. Can you help us in this matter, Jones?
Yes, sir. I have earmarked 6 pounds of sausages. More than that, I cannot do.
Oh. Oh, we'll be very grateful for those.
No, I tell a lie. I've also earmarked some fat for frying. Then we can put them in the fat and fry them.
We can cut them up into quarters and put them into sausage rolls.
Yes, that's a very stimulating suggestion. For my part, I think I can say that Mrs. Mannering would manage to throw a case around them. She's very ingenious in that sort of way. Now, this brings us to the band. Now, in these troubled times, this is a very difficult question. Miss Rowlands and her colleagues have offered their services. You may remember they used to play in the afternoons at the Marigold tea rooms.
I don't think we ought to have too much of that jazz music.
Blimey, there's not much chance of that with Miss Rowlands. Talk about Nat Ganella.
What we need is some good tunes.
Tell Me Pretty Maiden is a very nice tune.
Yeah, and any old iron.
You can't dance to any old iron.
Well, Harry Champion does.
Listen, sir, I mean, it's none of my business, but if you get that Miss Rowlands and that friend of hers with the buns on her ear holes and that cello between her legs and that old bat from the library playing on the harp, we might as well all go home.
I don't often agree with you, Joe, but this time, by God, you're right.
Of course I'm right.
Yes, well, I think there's some force in what you say, Walker. Question is, where are we to find any musicians?
What about the Salvation Army?
Oh, that's a marvellous idea, the Salvation Army. Ladies and gentlemen, take your partners for what a friend we have in Jesus.
Walker, may I remind you that we are on church property?
I'm sorry, sir, but honestly, the Salvation Army... Here, listen, I'll tell you what. One of the lads in the platoon, he can play the piano. Now, there's an RAF holding station down at Goddleston. Now, I'll pop down there and see what they got.
Oh, good. Splendid. Well done. Well, Operation Dance is well and truly launched, and I think we can say that we can bring her to harbour safely and successfully.
Barring torpedoes.
Barring.
Sing like anything.
Frank, I don't think those pictures ought to be back to back like that. I mean, it looks as if they've had an argument. I mean, you've got to take them down. I think you better. I mean, it looks ridiculous like that. I mean,
I've got the rosettes here, Wilson.
Right. Oh, good. Well done, sir. Good.
That's the secretary for you, MC for Jones, and the chairman for me.
Oh, great. That's very good, sir. Who wears the wine one?
I'm giving you that to Walker.
Oh, I see. I thought the secretary of the golf club was taking care of all that.
Yes, well, when it came to the point, he couldn't get the extra drink,
Oh, I
but...
see.
I think that can be all right, sir.
Yes, I think so. Put those in the office, would you?
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. You had a word with that boy yet?
No, not yet, sir. No.
Why not?
Well, the opportunity hasn't presented itself, sir.
Just presented itself now. He's in my office.
Well, you can't just nosedive into a personal matter like this, you know. You need the right sort of atmosphere. I mean, a log fire, a cozy chair, a pipe, a glass of port.
Peter Pan.
My God, Mannering, you can hit pretty low when it suits you.
Mr. Mannering, sir, I want to speak to you. Now, I was lying in bed last night, and I suddenly had an idea.
Really?
I thought, what about a cabaret? You see, I do some very good humorous monologues and various forms of mimicry. And Fraser, he does a marvellous Highland sword dance.
Yes. Well, I'll mention it to the committee.
Thank you, sir.
Interesting.
Jock, I spoke to Mr. Mandarin about your sword dance.
I've got right off the idea.
I think I'll go and see what Mr. Mandarin wants me to do.
No, Frank, no. Don't go yet. My goodness me. We've never had a chance, have we, really, to be alone together, have a, cozy little chat.
Haven't we, Uncle?
Yeah, well, looking forward to the dance, are you?
Oh. Yes, thank you, Uncle.
Yes, well, you don't have to keep on calling me Uncle, you know.
Sorry, Sergeant.
Or that either. I mean, both grown up, men of the world. I'm Frank. No, I'm not. You're Frank.
Confusing
I'm
me.
Arthur.
How'd you do?
Anyway, you're quite grown up now, you know, Frank, aren't you? I mean, we can both look each other in the eye, can't we? Talk, man to man.
Nice, isn't it?
Yes, well, there are heaps of things we can talk about, you know, things that we've never talked about before.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, would you stop saying it's nice, Frank? It's terribly irritating, you know.
I'm sorry, Uncle. Sergeant.
Yeah.
Arthur.
Yes, all right, Frank, all right. I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to upset you.
Well, that's all right. Arthur. It's very nice being able to talk man to man, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice. Good, I mean, good. Nice.
Well, what should we talk about, then?
What? Well, Well, we've, have we? We've never really had a chance to have a little chat about girls, have we?
Oh, that. Oh, I know all about the birds and bees and things.
No, I didn't mean that.
Miss Beckworth told us.
Oh, good.
She knows quite a bit about girls.
Yes, I'm sure she does, yes.
She knows a good deal about boys as well.
Francis. What I would like to know is who are you going to take to the dance with you?
Well, I thought I'd take my girlfriend, Violet Gibbons.
Precisely, yes. Violet Gibbons, yes. That's, that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
Why? You don't want to take her, do you?
Well, certainly not. I don't know, do I?
I didn't think you did. She's wonderful. She's the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world. I love her, Uncle Arthur. When I woke up this morning, I wanted to run to the top of the church tower and shout it to the winds. I love Violet Gibbons, I wanted to shout, but I didn't.
I think you're very wise. I mean, so many mistakes can be made. I mean, so much is to be thought about. Is she suitable, for instance?
Suitable for what?
Oh, for the bank.
Well, why she wasn't going to the bank? I mean, she's in the ATS.
No, my dear boy, no. I didn't mean that. I mean, after the war, when all this is over. You see, when you come back.
Well, she won't want to go into the bank then. She'll be married to me.
Married?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes, I suppose so, yes.
We're going to surprise everyone at the dance tonight. I'm going to announce our engagement in the middle of it, just like Jack Oakey did with Zazu Pitts.
No, Frank. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I mean, you've got to think of your mother. It would give her a terrible shock.
Oh, no. When Jack Oakey did it with Zazu Pitts, she thought it was the best bit of the whole film.
Frank, I think it's just possible that this may be different.
Well, obvious to me, you made an absolute mess of it.
But in that case, why don't you talk to him, sir?
Oh, no. That wouldn't be a good idea at all. You must get somebody nearer to his own age group. Try Walker.
No, I don't think it'd do any good me having a word with him. I mean, when he wants to, he can be very pig-headed. Here, what about his mum? Has she washed her hands of the old thing? No, Joe, I didn't mean that, you see. Mavis doesn't even know the girl exists. I mean, if he blurts all this out of the dance, I mean, she'll make the most awful scene. Yeah. Here, what about if I have a word with Violet? Yes, that's not a bad idea. Violet? You know Violet? Well, you know it is. Well, I was a bit keen on her once when she worked in Woolworths, you know. Oh, yeah. And when she went to work in a fish shop, I don't know, somehow it was sort of different. I mean, it was all right watching football out in the open, but when she got hot in the pictures... I mean, people used to shift their seats. And the man finds that humiliating, doesn't he? Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Perhaps you could have a word with her, Joe. Perhaps she could persuade him not to be too hasty.
Yeah. She tried to persuade me that way once. Mind you, I never was a good listener.
Oh, Johnny, how you can love.
You settle down there and point your music out in that direction, see?
Top project.
Yes, I'm just finishing my preparations for the dance up.
Where's Mr. Manley?
Oh, Mr. Manley, be very quickly. He's bringing the sausage rolls, you see, and he wants to arrive here with his good lady and in time to greet all the guests personally, whom I shall announce.
It's a funny thing, I've never met Mrs. Mannering.
Oh, they're a very devoted couple, you know. Only she don't get about much, you see.
Hi, Jonesy.
You know.
That microphone's all right now. All you got to do is switch it on.
Yeah, right.
Evening, Vicar. Yeah, that piano's on the blink, isn't it? You've got a note missing.
Oh, dear, is it an important one?
Well, it is if you're playing the mood. He goes, da-dee-thump-dee-da-thump, da-dee-thump-dee-da-thump.
Oh, I think that's rather catchy.
Didn't know he was a sporting vicar, did you?
Here, listen, Jonesy. Don't let Pikey get anywhere near that microphone.
Don't tell me he's going to announce his engagement.
Well, you know what it is. We've all tried to talk to him, but... Here, listen, I've got to nip off now. I've got to meet my birds. They're down in the horse and groom.
Hey, listen, where's Mr. Mannering? He's supposed to be bringing the sausages.
Oh, look, he's just come in. He's over there taking his coat off.
Right. Give me, Mr. Mannering, please can I have the sausages as I wish to display them?
I think there's been a bit of a mishap, Jones. My wife made a miscalculation and most of them are burnt to a cinder.
I'm very distressed to hear that, Mr. Mannering.
Yes, I'm very sorry, Jones.
Well, don't upset yourself, sir. Any sausage rolls, just don't upset yourself.
Well, I was very vexed, naturally. I gave her a very good dressing down.
Oh, my God.
That's a very nasty eye you got there, Mr. Mannering.
Yes, I bumped into the door of the linen cupboard.
Yes. Well, if you and your good lady stand over there, I'll announce the guests.
Yes, well, Mrs. Mannering won't be joining us this evening.
Oh, I hope she's not poorly or anything of that fashion.
I'd rather not go into it if you don't mind, Jones.
No, so, right.
I'll just greet the guests alone.
Right, so, yes, well, you just stand here, so like that, and in your greeting the guest position, you know, so like that.
Oh,
and keep nice and calm, so all right, so... Right,
Do you think we should have some music?
Yes, of course. Have you got any nice, quiet greeting the guest music?
How about trees?
Trees. Would trees suit you, sir?
Oh, yes, admirably, thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
that'll
big.
be all right, trees, sir. Now, you keep calm, sir. You keep calm, sir. Right, sir. Right, now, ready with the drinks? Right. Hats and coats, all right? You've got your tickets? They'll be here in a minute, you see? All right. Right, here we go, then. Blimey, you got here early enough.
8 o'clock, it says on the ticket.
Ticket? I never gave you no ticket.
The vicar gave it to me.
Will you just take it easy on the meat-paste sandwiches before our lads arrive?
I don't want your meat-paste sandwiches.
Don't take any notice of him. He always was a troublemaker.
I'm not a troublemaker. He's the troublemaker. We never did find out who wrote that rude word on the harmonium.
Are you insinuating that I had something to do with it?
I'm not insinuating anything, but why are you blushing? That's what we'd like to know.
I'm waiting, Jones.
Yes, certainly, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Henry Yateman. Go on, shake hands with the captain.
What, with me hat on?
I knew you was a troublemaker. Go and put your hat on over there. Go on, put it on that table.
Hello, Jonesy, you having trouble?
I tell you one thing, his joint will be all gristle next week.
It was all gristle last week. That's all you ever sell.
Come away, Anthea.
Right, ladies, now, what's your pleasure? Or failing that, what you going to have to drink?
Here, wait a minute. I've got to announce you first.
Oh, well, this is Doris and this is Dora. They're twins.
Blimey, I thought I was seeing double. Here, which is which?
I don't know. One kicks and the other one bites, so what's the odds?
I'll announce it's Mr. Walker and Party.
No, don't do that. The party comes later.
Right. Mr. Walker and Parties.
You know, Miss Mannering? Blimey, where'd you get that from?
From the linen cupboard door, Walker.
What's the matter? Hasn't your old woman got a rolling pin?
Mr. and Mrs. Dowding. Mr. and Mrs. Eccles. Hello, Mr. Godfrey. My word.
Like a magician.
You look smart.
Dear me, some of the gentlemen aren't even wearing dinner jackets.
Oh, you've done us proud this evening, Mr. Godfrey.
Our dear father used to say that one was never embarrassed by being too well dressed.
I'm not quite sure he was right.
Mr. and Mrs. Focus.
Me and Georgie.
Hello, Mr. Frank.
This is my wee niece. Her name's Blodwin.
Hello, Miss Blodwin, how are you? Nice to see you.
I think it's only fair to warn you, Jonesy, if you say one word about my kilt, I'll bash your face in.
You look very nice.
Thanks.
Mr. Fraser and Miss Blodwin.
Yeah. Good evening.
Fantastic.
How do you do, Miss Blodwin? Nice to have you with us.
I'm sorry.
I see your niece is a land girl.
I'm sorry I didn't have time to put on a dress.
Oh, don't worry about that, my dear. Your partner amply made up for it.
I don't know how you got that black eye, Captain, but I can't find how you're going to get another.
Mr. Godfrey and Miss Godfrey.
Take my arms.
Oh, it's just like old times, Charles.
Hello, Mr. Jones. Have you seen my Frank anywhere?
Not yet, Mrs. Pike.
Oh, Arthur, what on earth can have happened to him?
Maybe don't worry. You worry much too much, you know. Ridiculous.
Mr. Wilson and Mrs. Pike.
You know my sister, don't you, Captain?
Yes, of course. How nice to see you again, Miss Godfrey.
By Jove, that's a nasty eye.
Yes, I rather stupidly ran into the door of the linen cupboard.
A little bit of folded Christmas card is awfully good for that.
What, for a black eye?
Oh, no. For keeping the linen cupboard door shut.
What you really need is a hot onion.
Oh, no, Charles, dear. That's for earache.
Oh, no, mustard plasters for earache.
No, darling, no. That's for backache.
It's just a little confusing, isn't it?
It is rather, yes. Go and have a drink, Godfrey.
Don't you, Mr.
Excuse me, Mr. Mannering, isn't it time we had a dance?
Yes, indeed it is. I'll tell Jones to start. Come on. Jones, start the dancing. Start the dancing.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. My consort's just arrived. Mr. Jones and Mrs. Prosser. Good evening, Captain.
Ah, Mrs. Prosser, how do you do? I think we've met, haven't we?
Excuse me, my dear, I just got to get along. Mr. Mannering looked after you. Give us a ta-ra. Right.
1, 2, 3, 1. Get on.
Oh, Jonesy, don't do that. It's not a barometer, it's a microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your partners for a quick step. 1, 2, 3. How did that go?
Hello, now the fun starts. Here comes Pikey.
Mr. Mannering, I'd like to introduce my fiancée, Violet Gibbons.
How do you do, Miss Gibbons? I knew your mother.
Where's Fred? Just come in with Frank.
Oh, don't worry about them, Mavis. We've got the wine, the music, and each other.
Arthur, I'm having none of that. You wait till you're asked.
Come on, then.
Well done, Mr. Wilson.
Well, I can't keep it up all night walking, you know.
This is Mrs. Prosser, this is a friend of mine.
That face, man. You look miserable, man.
Arthur, I should just have to sit down. That's 10 dances without a single break.
I could go on all night, Mavis.
Well, Arthur, that's not like you at all.
I'd like
to make my announcement now, Mr. Walker.
No, you can't do that, Pikey. The amplifier's packed up.
All right, you lift it up.
Why don't you build up?
Don't you always nice to like that?
Now, you turn up nice and loud, Mr. Walker.
No, Pikey, no, you can't do that.
Why not?
Because Jones is going to make an announcement.
What's he going to announce? The band's just taking a break.
Yeah, he's going to announce his cabaret.
No, not Mr. Mannering says I shouldn't.
Yeah, no, yes, you are. He's changed his mind.
Right,
hang on. Ladies and gentlemen, now cabaret time comes to Warmington on Sea, and with his famous impersonations of stars of stage, screen, and radio, the one and only, your friend and mine, Jolly Jack Jones.
Corporal Jones is on the air. Oh, can't you hear the chimes? They're telling you to take an easy chair. When sitting in the dance hall, shout out your radio times. Corporal Jones at 8 is on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give you a few difficult impersonations of well-known wireless personalities. And who's the first one we see come along here but our old friend, that good chap, good-hearted Arthur Askey. Hello, playmates. I thank y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, who else do we see coming round the road? But a well-known chap we all like very much, Jolly Jack Warner, with his bicycle and his little girl. Oh, little girl, little girl. Not yet, not yet. Mind my bike, mind my bike. Up and down the railway lane. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by way of a grand finale, I'd like to give you that well-known Hollywood man, George Arliss, in that well-known Hollywood film, The House of Rothschild. Thank you. Well, country gents, have you decided to accept my offer? The offer of the House of Rothschild. You refuse. Very well, country gents. I will take my departure. But before I go, one word of warning. Remember that those who dig graves for others usually finish by sleeping in those graves themselves. Good night, country gents, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Jonesy, get back. Go and do Charles Lawton.
I don't do Charles Lawton.
Do Freddie Bartholomew. Shirley
Ladies and
Temple.
gentlemen.
Oh, bloody, it's too late.
Gentlemen, I'd like to make a very important announcement since you're all gathered here tonight and we're all having such a good time. I'd like to introduce you.
Joy supreme.
Oh boy.
That came to us in the gloom. You know it isn't a dream.
He looks thrilled. He looks thrilled. She's happy, guys. Weston.
Oh. Hello, Wilson. I didn't realize you were still here.
Oh, Lord, what happened? Did you get locked out too, sir?
Oh, no, not at all. Elizabeth's very absent-minded, you know. I think she probably put the catch on not realizing that I was in.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Hello, Uncle. Mr. Mannering.
Frank, couldn't you get in either?
No. Mum threw a bucket of water over me. That's what she does to the kids.
I see. Well, it's supposed to cool their ardour, you see.
Yeah, well.
Very good.
Certainly does that, Uncle. Don't think I'll get married after all.
Well, I think you're very wise, Frank. I never did.
Oh, it was a super dance, though, Mr. Mannering.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Yeah. It was a pity Fraser had to hit the Verger over the head with that altar candle.
Oh, shit.
Little Donovan Jones, he tried to stuff that maid of honor down Mrs. Verger's dress, shouting, "Coals for Newcastle."
You can see him smile.
Walker's no business to take those two girls down into the crypt, you know.
Double trouble.
Vic will be very distressed about that. Sort of thing leaves a very nasty taste in the mouth.
Yeah. Said it was a good dance, though, wasn't it?
Oh, I think we should have these get-togethers on occasionally. Helps our wives and sweethearts to think that we're all pulling...
In opposite directions.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn, man. I wanted more there. This was a beautiful moment there at the end. The three boys having essentially a sleepover in the office there. We got to talk about it. Thank you if you made it this far. What a crazy event today. Ladies and gentlemen, Love is Blind from my boy Pike in this episode, singing and humming his way. You know, obviously he was clearly in love with Violet from the jump, man. But I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, she did not seem even remotely interested in Pike at all, from her facial expressions to chewing the gum. She just didn't seem like she gave a flying fuck, guys. Excuse my language. She did not give a flying fuck about Pike, or are we bugging right there? So it definitely didn't seem like this was a match made in heaven. And you know, you've had essentially Mannering disapproval and forcing Wilson, you know, to essentially, you know, break the news down, you know, say, hey, you know, this girl's not right for him, et cetera, et cetera. So Mannering said it a couple times to Wilson that you're a Peter Pan. So is Wilson, to you guys, does he have that tendency or, you know, habits of being a Peter Pan, you know, never kind of growing up, you know, mentality? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm thinking about it, and you know, I do find that he definitely has some difficulties when it comes to speaking to Pike. You know, he definitely had these tendencies, this ear shit. I know he was talking about that shit. We saw Pike doing it. Shit, you even seen Mannering doing it, or we're bugging on this episode. But he definitely forced Wilson's hand there, and you know, to speak. So that was kind of like, you know, their relationship is awkward in many moments, and that office scene when they're conversating or lack there, I don't even know how to, that shit was awkward as shit. Arthur, don't call me Arthur, don't call me, you know, uncle. You know, I'm like, what at this point, what the hell is he supposed to call him, man? I mean, you taking out all the options and shit, and I just think that speaks to how difficult it is for Wilson to just speak to him, because at the end of the day, no matter what, I look at this guy as a father figure to Pike, man. Freaking Mannering hinted, like, you're there, you're pretty much hand in hand with you know, Mrs. Pike, man, and great performance by her, we got to say, in the moments that she's on this show, and her interactions with Wilson, and just that news. Because listen, we see her essentially, the word, I guess, coddling or babying her son a lot of times, and seeing that news that, you know, you're just hearing and you're just seeing the scenes, but with not really any vocals happening, and you're seeing her act right there. Brilliant. Oh my God. You just knew how devastated she was. You knew that she was going to be pissed off. And I don't know about you guys, but it was a really cool moment that my three boys are in the freaking doghouse. I mean, I'm sure guys have done some bad shit before where, you know, your girl, you know, lets you have it, and you're like, oh man, I'm in trouble now. I mean, you know, you've probably been in some scenarios there. So seeing that shit and seeing my boys in the doghouse, essentially, all three of them, and we got to talk about that beatdown that Mrs. Mannering did to my man there, and him having that black eye. Holy shit. Nice conversation when he was greeting the guests coming into this you know, dance, that Fraser had me dying there, because he insulted him. You know, Mannering insulted him essentially there. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. You know, one of you guys wearing a dress and shit. I'm like, holy shit. He got no chill there. And listen, you got one black guy, you're about to get a second one. And that I can envision Fraser doing, because he's got that gangsterness to him. Another nice conversation definitely was with Godfrey, his sis, and Mannering, where, you know, he was talking about the black guy, and they're trying to like console him a little bit, and, you know, giving him suggestions and shit. And obviously he had that fake ass excuse of what happened to him, and, you know, they're going through the motions a little bit, and he's like, oh yeah, for the eye. He was like, no, for the, you know, what he initially got hit into. So definitely we love Godfrey. His sister definitely is very, very, to me, similar to Godfrey in many retrospect. But man, this was just a crazy episode. This dance bit, who the hell knew that I was going to be enjoying some Cabaret? The only thing, obviously, the things that he was impersonating were definitely funny, but I didn't know who the hell he was impersonating, you know, who Jonesy was impersonating there. And then you got Walker, my man Walker, one of the smoothest, coolest dudes who get you anything. bringing double the trouble right there. Wow, he didn't even know which one is which. That shit was mind blowing. It just reminded me a little bit of those double the mint gum back in the day. Those double twins. They always have twins on a commercial, and my man's is having two. So double trouble, double the fun. You got to think about it. At least I'm thinking about it. Having this dance, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of fun, it's quite essential, especially during a wartime. You need something to boost the morale, boost the spirits. And do you guys feel that it boosted the spirits? I definitely think it had a little bit of everything. Once that music started pumping, I felt like dancing. I can't dance for shit. It just made me want to move. The piano was great. Walker, trying to make Jonesy stall was definitely great. Great dynamic between them two. I just freaking love Jonesy with Walker. I don't know. They complement each other very well. And, the sausage bit and looking at his disappointment when he's talking to Jonesy. Jonesy goes up to Mannering, consoling him after we realize, but you're wondering why the hell he's facing that way. And then, when he finally turns around and you see that black eye, you're like, holy shit, my man's definitely got into some heated business with the missus there. And damn, she knocked the shit out of him there. So I feel bad for Mannering in there. Do you guys feel like Mannering pushed Wilson too much to say something? Was it Mannering's place to say anything to Wilson, or should they just have let Pike do it? At the end of the day, that shit is whatever relationship or engagement, that shit is over, because once she threw that water at Pike, he's like, yeah, this shit is off. So he's definitely going to listen to his mom at the end of the day. But we would love to hear what you guys think about, did Mannering overstep? Was his concern justified? And it definitely seemed like Walker been around the block with Violet. And again, she really did seem like not interested at this dude whatsoever. So I guess sometimes the love is blind. Sometimes you're seeing a different picture than the other partner is. Like, you're madly in love, which this guy, again, singing, he doesn't seem like he's doing his work very well as of late. And that's why I initially got, Mannering, had his little concern and shit, especially knowing that she was, someone that previously worked. They know that she's in a fish shop, et cetera, et cetera. And again, Walker definitely seemed to had some personal experience there. My man is a player. Holy shit. But man, definitely an enjoyable episode, different set of tune. I feel like because you needed something to kind of boost the morale. At times it's tough. And I felt like it did. It provided some entertainment. Just seeing the guests coming in and out. I think Fraser's entrance was crazy, interesting. As far as his conversation with Mannering, I think that was one of the coolest parts there. Fraser is definitely an interesting character on the show, as they all are. They're all special in their own way, and we're just enjoying the show. So I definitely feel cool to see the morale boost, cool to see the after effects, and we really, really, really enjoyed the kind of boys camping in the doghouse suite of the office for that night there. So I'll have to stay tuned to see more adventures with the crew. Definitely enjoying the journey. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to chime in, please do so. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely free to do. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Shout out to the Patreons as well. And just thanks for overall kicking. Enjoy your weekend, or whenever you decide to watch this. Just have a great day. We'll see you soon. Peace out, homies.